Hi guys, this is the next section, Day 2, Understanding Loops, Arrays, and Statements in C#. In this section, we will see declarative, expression, and selection statement. Next, we will see iteration statement and jump statement. Further, we will look at arrays and strings. Now, we move on to the first video of this section that deals with declarative, expression, and selection statement. In this video, we're going to take a look at statements and loops in detail. We will see the if statement, if-else statement, and if-else, if-else statement. We will also see nested if statement and switch statement. In C#, you can evaluate different kinds of expression that would or would not generate the results. It can be a decision-making statement, result-making statement, assignment statement, or any other activity statement. On the other hand, loops are a code block that repeatedly executes a couple of statements. A statement should perform some action before returning a result. In other words, if you're writing a statement, that statement should say something. To do that, it has to execute some inbuilt or custom operations. Statements can depend upon a decision or can be a part of the result of any existing statement. Let's take a look at the code snippet, which shows different statements. First, we define the abstract class person. Next, we will inherit the author class from person class. In the main class, we will add some lines of code. This line of code is a declarative statement that is a single statement. This line of code is an assignment statement where we are assigning some values. Let's run the code. You'll get this result. You will see three type statements: declarative, assignment, and block statements. Let's see declarative statement. Whether you declare a variable or constant, you're writing a declarative statement. You can also assign the values to variables at the time of declaration of variables. Assigning values to variables at time of declaration is an optional task, but constants are required to assign values at the time you declared them. This is a typical declarative statement. Now we move to expression statement. In an expression statement, the expression that is on the right-hand side evaluates results and assigns that results to the left-hand side variable. An expression statement could be an assignment, method invocation, or new object creation. This is the typical expression statement example. Now we move to selection statement. This is also called a decision-making statement. Statements are branched as per the condition and their evaluations. The condition may be one or more than one. The selection or decision statement falls under if, else, and switch case. The if statement is a decision statement that could branch one or more statements to evaluate. This statement consists of a Boolean expression. Let's consider the problem of finding vowels. Let's define it using the if statement. First, we will define the heading. Then, we will take the character from the user. Using this line of code, we are converting the characters and storing it in values. Here, we are using blocks of if statements. Let's run the code. It will ask you to enter a character. If you enter a character of vowels, we get the result as character is a vowel. The if-else statement, the if statement followed by else, and the else block execute in case evaluation of if block is false. Here is a simple example. We declare instance named vowels of character array and pass vowels to it. We are using the if-else statement to decide whether the character is vowel or not. When the if statement evaluates to false, then the else block code will be executed. Let's run the code. Here, you have to enter a character. We enter B. It will give us the result as character B is a consonant. Now, we move to if-else, if-else statement. The if-else statement is very important when you need to test multiple conditions. In this statement, the if statement evaluates first, then the else-if statement, and at last the else block executes. Here, the if statement may or may not have the if-else statement or block. If-else always comes after the if block and before the else block. The else statement is the final code block in the if-else, if-else, else statement, which indicates that none of the conditions evaluate to true. Now, we take a look at the code snippet. Here, we are converting the character to some values. Next, we define the if-else-if block. This will always end with the else block. Now, let's run the code. Let's enter a character. I have entered the alphabet P. It will give us the result as P is a consonant. Now, we move to nested if statement. Nested if statements are nothing but if statement blocks within if statement blocks. Similarly, we can nest else if statement blocks. Here is the simple code snippet. Using this line of code, we first take the input. We use the if statement to check the age is less than 18 and then print the age. We use another if statement to check age less than 15. Let's run the code. We enter the age as 9. We will get this result. Switch statement is a statement that provides a way to select an expression using switch statement that evaluates the condition using case blocks when code does not fall in any of the case blocks. Then the default block executes. Switch statement is also known as an alternative to if-else statement. Let's add the code from the code bundle. First, we will input some characters. We will convert the characters to some values. Next, we will use a switch case block in which we have various cases and a break statement. At the end of switch case, there is always default case. Let's run the code. Here, you have to enter a character. We will enter A. It will give the result as character A is a vowel. In this video, we've looked at declarative, expression, and selection statement.